How much do you just enjoy kind of this week coming around and getting to start game planning for somebody?
It's good. I mean, that's what you shoot for. I've actually thought that, with our camp the way it is, we ought to have a preseason game in there. Not last week, the week before probably, or at least a mixed workout with somebody. But no, I thought it was good. It's definitely time for the season. So.
You've talked about those preseason games before. Is that something you've actually kind of tried to make happen or anything like that?
Not really. They're pretty dogmatic against it. I'd like to have one in the spring too, but I think they ought to have one in the spring and one during camp in the fall. But no, that's not something they really want to hear, I don't think. It doesn't mean I won't say it, but it's like I got other fish to fry. So.
Coach Bo Baldwin said today that he expects all three quarterbacks to get some reps against you guys. How much harder does that make it to game plan and prepare for them?
Not really. I mean, their scheme's kind of what their scheme is. I don't think they're going to vary. It's very diversified, and they get the ball in a lot of people's hands. Their philosophy in a lot of ways is pretty similar to ours. Make sure everybody touches the ball. But the different quarterbacks, the run guy, there's a consideration, but other than that.
Does the way they've played Pac-12 teams in the past make it a little easier to, grab your guys' attention?
We should, if we're any good, no matter who you play, should have your attention. And plus, they, win or go deep in the playoffs or win the thing quite a bit. So, they're a good quality team, and certainly they don't have quite as many guys on scholarship, but their first level guys, I think, are as good as ours anyway. So.
Does it make it a little easier when you're watching film, when you can watch against opponents you recognize and you know the strength of and compare that way?
Helps a little. It helps a little. If the scheme matches up, it helps a lot. But it helps some, but it's a kind of a marriage of the best scheme and personnel you think you have an idea of.
What do you think it is that they do well that's allowed them to be kind of one of the more dynamic offenses in the country year in, year out?
I think they're really well coached. I think they get the ball in everybody's hands, so they create space, and you have to account for all five skill guys, and then the other thing, they've got pretty good players. So.
What do you pass on Cooper Cup?
Good player, really. Just a really hard, competitive guy. Competes every play. Would be probably the strongest thing.
You guys haven't won your opener since you've been here. I mean, how important would it be to do that and just kind of get going on the right foot?
It's as important as all of them. Go out there and play the best you can, be the best team you can be.
You hear about these regional variations, West Coast passing offenses, Big Ten running offenses. Are there any variations like that between FBS and FCS styles? Do they do football any differently?
I don't think necessarily. I don't think so because, honestly, Eastern Washington's kind of a team that we have quite a bit in common with offensively, maybe more so than most of our conference. So I don't think there is. I think that's more coach-based.
Coach, you talk to the guys about the Kaepernick stuff?
No, not really. I mean, no, we're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, I can tell you that.
Anything else for Coach? What was it about Jalen Thompson that made him a good fit as a young player to step in right away into that position?
He never saw any ghosts, just kind of focused on his job and did it as hard as he could and then continued to improve. I mean, in order to improve, you got to always play as hard as you possibly can, so you set another threshold and then improve from that. And he doesn't squander any plays, goes full speed every play, sometimes not perfectly, but he goes full speed every play, and then never had any of that stuff like he didn't belong here or I'm just a freshman stuff, came here as a football player right from the start instead of any of this confused freshman adjustment stuff, which is just mental softness. So he's a mentally tough kid.
All right,
thanks, Coach.